Tariffs are definitely something that President Donald Trump owns, quite frankly, proudly. He considers himself quite the deal maker and was, I think, in a way, bragging about, maybe that's the way I took it, but about people coming and that term that I will not use on the air, but sucking up to him. I'll use that. It's a little crass, little less crass. Liking that and getting all these countries to beg for exemptions. So it's Trump, the deal maker, and this is the kind of deal making he does, where people are put in a position of weakness and have to beg for him to make things different for them. I think there are consequences to this kind of deal making globally, and to the bottom line, Lauren, leader, of people's lives, where you heard from that one person in the focus group who's like, it's very hard to recover from what is being called a short-term period of discomfort.
Well, and I think we underestimate, there's like these two ends of the spectrum, right? One is the power of Wall Street and how much, Trump has really ingratiated himself to the finance community. I think part of why he won was that so many sort of middle of the road folks who work in and around finance, especially in New York, we saw this huge breaking towards Trump from the finance community in the last election. What I hear from everyone at that sort of high end of the scale is they're just appalled. This is throwing their whole businesses, their lives, et cetera, into chaos. And that's at the high end of the economy. And then you've got this other side of the economy, which we know is so stratified. And that is, just how profoundly scary this is for Americans who are already struggling with the cost of living. I wrote a piece this week for Know Your Value about the impact on women who were already paying higher prices across the board for most of the products that they need, were already had lower investments in their 401k to begin with, right? Women were already facing a big retirement gap. Now you're seeing this huge hit on the market, which has a real impact on their ability to retire. And then, just the sort of overall sense of like the chaos and the stress that this induces. We have more women in poverty in this country than any other Americans. And for people on the margins, like that number, 3,800, even just another $5 on your grocery bill can be catastrophic. And I think that's what makes this such an interesting political issue, is just how universally it's going to impact Americans. It's hard to think of anything else in recent times that has such a broad impact on people of all ends of the economic spectrum. Yeah.